Here's the calculation of the 2015 cap for greenhouse gas emissions from Interhope's cap facilities. According to the regulation, the total cap for 2015 must be 10% less than the total emissions from these facilities in 2009. Therefore, the total cap for 2015 for the group of cap facilities shall be 13.86 megatons of carbon dioxide equivalent. Let's look at the total greenhouse gas emissions from Interhope's cap facilities, past and planned in the future. The graph reminds us that in 2009, Interhope's large direct emitters emitted a total of 15.4 megatons of carbon dioxide equivalent. Interhope's greenhouse gas emissions trading system will begin in 2015. Cap facilities have several years to prepare for emissions reductions and emissions trading. The regulation authorizes the Minister of the Environment to set a cap for total greenhouse gas emissions from cap facilities in 2015. The Minister announces that the cap for 2015 will be 13.86 megatons of carbon dioxide equivalent. Notice also that the Minister has also specified decreasing caps for the years 2016 to 2020. Once again, here are Interhope's cap facilities. It's January 1st, 2015. Here comes the cap over the cap facilities. The total of greenhouse gas emissions from facilities specified by the Minister of the Environment, the facilities under the cap, shall not exceed 13.86 megatons of carbon dioxide equivalent in 2015. The cap joins these facilities together in a common total emissions limit. The government does not care which cap facility reduces its emissions by how much, as long as the 2015 total for all cap facilities together is 13.86 megatons or less. We need to understand the term cap and how it differs from the other term, target. Let's look at the stacked bar graph to understand how the cap and the target for 2015 compare with the 2009 emissions. On the graph, we superimpose the 2015 cap for Interhope's large direct emitters, the capped sector, and Interhope's 2015 target for all sectors together. Interhope's 2015 target for all sectors is 37 megatons. This target includes Interhope's 2015 cap of 13.86 megatons for the capped sector, the large direct emitters. All facilities and activities which are not part of the capped sector are known as the uncapped sectors. In the regulatory and political context, the words cap and target do not have the same meaning. A cap is a regulated maximum total of emissions of a specific pollutant from specified emitters in an emissions trading system in a specific year. If the cap facilities as a group fail to lower their emissions to the cap or below, one or more of the facilities will be charged under the Environmental Protection Act. On the other hand, a target is a national goal of emissions in a specific year, including regulated and non-regulated sectors. The target can include regulated reductions through emissions trading or other regulations, and it can also include voluntary activities such as public energy conservation campaigns. If Interhope fails to achieve its target in 2015, the government will be embarrassed politically, but no charges will be laid. And now, let's begin the annual cycle of emissions trading. It's January 1st, 2015, the first day of the Interhope emissions trading system. How does the government of Interhope apply the emissions trading system to the CAP facilities. The annual first step is the creation of allowances. What is an allowance? Here's a picture of an allowance. An allowance is a permit which allows its owner to emit a specified amount of a specified pollutant into the environment. Let's assume that each allowance is a paper certificate printed by the government of Enerhope. How many allowances does the government of Enerhope create in January 2015? Can you fill in the blank here? Here's a hint. The total cap must equal the total allowances. That's right. On January 1st, 2015, the government of Enerhope creates 13.86 megatons of greenhouse gas emission allowances. The government of Enerhope creates 13,860 greenhouse gas allowances, one allowance for each 1,000 tons of greenhouse gas in the cap, on January 1st. Once again, the definition of an allowance. Here we see the necessary information for each allowance. In this case, the owner of this particular allowance has a permit from the government of Enerhope to release 1,000 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent into the environment in 2015. Notice that each allowance has a unique serial number. This number is necessary to identify the allowance during trades and to account for the history of this allowance in the various stages of emissions trading. Accountability and transparency are essential in emissions trading. The government of Enerhope divides the pile of 13,860 allowance certificates into 5 smaller piles, one for each capped facility, according to some fair scheme. Then the government allocates to each capped facility its 2015 allocation of allowances. This process of allocating allowances for free is known as free allocation. How does the government decide how many allowances to allocate to each cap facility? A future chapter will describe this allocation process. The government must decide how to allocate the 2015 allowances. The government has 3 options for allocation. Free allocation to capped facilities, free allocation to the uncapped sector, sale or auction, or some combination of the 3 options. The advantages and disadvantages of each of these options will be discussed in a later chapter. This presentation has been brought to you by www.enerhope.com. The Mysteries of Emissions Trading Unraveled. A free course in emissions trading, including a glossary of terminology, is available from the Enerhope.com website.